We're doing senior, yeah.
Dear Hannah, here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives, about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who knows where we're going is Lori Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me. She invited Frank and Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Lori's silly attempts to grab publicity. Some people can be a little too rich and a little too famous for their own good. Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started.
Okay.
I, again, am Lori Gerard, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show of yours to do some ghost hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome. And Tino Balducci, only the most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy.
That smirk.
They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend? Natalie?
Nancy. Nancy Drew?
Whatever. All right, I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because see, one day in 1903, this train was found in a place called Blue Moon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Only the engineer was on board, and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world. And the train he owned, this train, his wife Camille died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be haunted.
Good point, Angel.
She's gone.
Oh my gosh.
What in the world?
What the?
Hey, what's going on?
I want to know exactly
People
where
should
Nancy
never
is
go
sitting.
tampering with things they don't understand.
Oh, brother. It's okay. Everybody just
I don't
stay
know. When they
calm.
zoom out, she's
No
like not
need to
anywhere.
panic.
Exactly.
I'll get to the bottom
You're
of
supposed to
this.
think she's like to the left of Lori, but then when they zoom out, she's
Well,
not
Nancy,
to the left of Lori.
you're up on all that social etiquette stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
You got
If I
paid?
don't seem concerned, it's because
from
I'm not.
Twitch?
Lori Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention and habitually uses her father's considerable
what
wealth to
sweater
get
are
it.
you wearing there?
I don't know. It's very shapeless.
It's very bleh.
Which one?
Some kind of publicity stunt.
So you think her disappearing like that is just some kind of publicity stunt?
I just think she couldn't resist showing off in front of all of us minor celebrities. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew. You and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah,
She's
Nancy
50
Drew.
plus, so shapeless was probably intentional. Nice. Z.
Wow.
That
Wow.
shade, Z.
Is
That
that some-
shade, Z. Oh, you got paid from your job. Well, good job, Paige.
Oh, so it deposited in your account a day early. Is that what you're saying? I get paid today/tomorrow as well, so I wonder if it is in my account too.
You don't remember. this,
You
do
don't remember me, do you?
No.
You got paid once from Twitch. I've got paid 3 times or 4.
3 or 4. I can't remember either.
I think it was 4 because I think it was once one year and then twice last year and once this year. Because there was that one period of time where I wasn't streaming, so I didn't get paid for like a year and a half at that point.
Do the Jake Hurley one.
Yeah, one of my jobs I get paid on the 15th and the last day of the month as well. So, yeah, I get paid from that job today.
What
The
else
Jake
do you know
Hurley.
about Jake Hurley?
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? Psst.
Nancy, Come here.
Excuse me for a second.
Yeah, what do you want, Joe?
Hey, Nance.
Where have you two been?
I followed Tino Balducci.
And I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
You got paid once in life? Oh no. Did you just didn't have a job for that long? His idea was
Any idea what he was doing?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something on the floor right where Lori was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
That loser.
Oh, it was a joke. Fell flat. Okay. Alright, you were just kidding. Alright, okay. I'm like, what? You only got paid once? That's horrible. Okay, you're just kidding. Okay. He put it in a pocket.
Did you see what it was?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something snotty like, "I'm on the job here, Junior, so just go back to the playground and stay out of the way."
Good
In case
impression.
you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of undercover work for them.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Lori is faking this whole disappearance thing.
She's not the only one.
How can you say that? You heard Lori scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls
Seriously.
whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
I agree with Frank.
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
Do you think maybe one of Lori's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Lori disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Yeah,
Frank
apparently.
and Joe continue to sit there. We'll take a look around here
So
on our
apparently
butts.
there's a button in this room
Okay.
that Lori pressed to disappear. And
That button right there.
I don't know, like it says that you can find it. And now I want to see it.
Sadie Crawford.
Okay, see, Crawford's barefoot.
That poor little girl. She barefooted.
It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it.
Eat your Wheaties, Nancy.
I want to see this button. I just saw, I read online that there's a button. So now I want to see it.
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
Maybe you can't see it till they move. I don't know.
Engineer, what do you want?
Hello, I'm one of the passengers, and I just thought you should know that Lori Gerard has disappeared.
So?
Yeah, he's so not concerned.
Did you know she was going to disappear?
Hey, all I know is I take orders from Miss Gerard, okay? Right now my orders are to get this train to Copper Gorge non-stop. And until Miss Gerard tells me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna do.
But Lori may not even be on the train anymore.
Look, Miss Gerard may not be a rocket scientist or anything, but even she knows better than to jump off a moving train.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me, I
But-
got me a train to run.
I don't know. She might not be smart enough not to jump off.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her.
looks like some sort of steam valve. A square and a duck. It looks like this thing opens up. But how?
Hmm. Salmon! I don't know why this is a thing. Fresh from a hand from the deep. Oh!
Fresh from my hand from the deep.
It's a clue for the riddle later. The fin here is a hand from the deep.
Oh, okay.
Because later, like, there's an octopus and there's a fish fin in that riddle, and I always think it was the octopus arm, but this is telling you that it's the fin. Aha, okay. I never realized that that's why that was there. I was always just like, what the heck? Okay. Ah, okay. Let's go back to talk to Shirley.
Yes?
What are you working on?
I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those two most wonderful of all three-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I write.
Why do you think Lori invited you on this trip?
No doubt because I'm such an authority on life in the Old West, and because I'm so good at using old information to unearth new information. My knack for research is, well, it's a gift.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Wealthy, imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
When did he buy this train?
Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
Where did he meet Camille?
I don't know that. The circumstances surrounding her passing are a bit of a mystery, too. All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death, he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere, although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated and its location quite unknown.
I'll touch bases with you later.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Yeah, apparently his mine was a bust. We find that out later.
What on earth is a gift?
Another gemstone.
Community
That means you just give it to a random person.
in the community.
Yeah, which it could be somebody who's in here right now, or it could be somebody who's been in my stream before.
Well, that's just dumb.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this. This is the exact same puzzle. How disappointing.
Do you want it to be harder?
I just like it when there's differences. This just makes it interesting, that's all. Oops.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a 9-piece puzzle. How much harder can you make it? Okay. I goofed up something. Nope. Oh, I think this goes down here. Nope. I always get this puzzle mixed up. Oh. Hold on. Got it back upside down.
That's not right either.
Oh yeah, look at this. This isn't right. This goes down here. Oh, you gifted a sub to Zybertech. Nice, thank you. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're
It's a
sparkly.
festive New Year's sparkly thingies.
Maybe this one goes here.
Um,
Well, I'm so good at this puzzle. I don't know how I speed ran this game. I'm horrible at this
Left
puzzle.
pickaxe and lamp with buell for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
no, I'd be lead.
Yeah,
This must have been the sleeping car.
how can you have lead be the key? Happy New Year, Nicole.
Yes,
How's-
Happy New Year's. Soon to be New Year's on our side of the world.
Alright. Edna the Terrible is crying, and yawning Alice is obviously sleepy. Ill-tempered Edna could not get her way. She couldn't get Alice to come out and play. I can't, I'm too tired, is what Alice said. I just want to go straight back to bed.
You're welcome, Zyber.
Edna angrily tried to make herself heard, but all that came out was one two-part word. Why, I'm not your mother. Oh yes, wait, she says mama. Yawning, Alice replied, till Edna the Terrible finally gave up and cried. So yeah, Edna the Terrible says, Mama! Yawning, Alice is sleeping.
Obviously. Hence her name, Yawn.
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, what, 10,000 possible combinations?
Come on, get on that.
Guessing could
Nancy.
take me a while. Better not mess with that puppy.
Oh,
He's on a last chance. Or second chance.
shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without something.
I'm talking to
I just heard a popping noise. Please hold on. Oh no. I hope you're okay. About the numbers, about how there being that many combinations, Axel either loves or hates that quote. Alright, we're gonna be getting a phone call here. I'm feeling a psychic connection to a phone call. No, not yet.
Where are you heading?
I'm
curious.
Hey, come on over here. Hi, you're that
Hi.
Nancy person. How
Hi.
you doing? John Gray.
I am the Nancy person.
I love your YA books. Oh wait, that's John Green.
How do I see who's subbing you right now?
I mean, they'll have a little mushroom next to them if they're subbing me.
Gotcha.
So I think he's the only one in here who has a sub.
Okay.
Yeah, Paige just did it for the 2 months.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your TV show.
Then I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
Sure.
Oh, heck no. Why, you're measuring the whoozy whatsism with your trusty gizmometrometer thing.
Good job, Nancy.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Lori's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Lori's
210
whereabouts.
hospital. Okay. Interesting. Hyper. Or Angel.
Yeah. Is Nancy being dumb then, saying there's that many more?
Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Lori?
What to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. That's my working theory, at least.
That's very interesting.
It's all very scientific. But the fact is, Lori's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
Charlena Purcell thinks Lori is just playing some kind of joke on us.
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
Ooh. That's shade.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know what's... I mean, romance novels versus ghost stories. I don't know.
It's pretty much a toss-up at this point.
Yeah, we've got people doing fireworks at our place too.
Yes, it's annoying. It's annoying when you can't see them and you just hear loud explosions.
Whoa! Jeez, you are giving me all kinds of gifts.
Happy New Year!
Thank you. Poggers.
Oh, well, whatever. You're probably better at math than I am, Angel.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times it's like, I think it's like maybe a couple hundred, like, I don't know how to explain it.
Hey, there
Where
you go.
the one,
you get all the
where
cool
it starts
little,
with the one number and then
cool little
goes
icons.
the three numbers mix around, and then you start with another different number. Those three numbers mix. I don't know.
I'm gonna go get more of that juice.
Okay. What do you think of Tino?
What do you think of Tino Balducci?
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I did. I used to know too a long time ago, back when I took math. Before I got to college and I didn't have to take it anymore. I had to take one math class in college. That's it. I tested out of the other one.
Is Lori a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Yeah, I took the one math class I took was stats. They counted that as my math class. And I was just like, that's fine.
Maybe she planned it that way.
You mean so we'd concentrate all our efforts on finding Jake Hurley? Possible, although she really doesn't strike me as being the planning type.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, Kauai took algebra because she has test anxiety and didn't do well on the
Little
exam
book of samplers.
where she could test out of it. But then she was like bored in the entire class. Surely there was no greater joy for the 19th century woman, young or old, than to bring a piece of linen to life with needlepoint, requiring only needle, thread, care, and imagination. The word sampler comes from the Latin word exemplum, which means example, that which serves as a model. The best samplers not only allow their creators to recall what particular embroidery stitches look like when executed properly, but also demonstrate to the world their mastery of an important womanly skill. Indeed, many a gentleman's head has been turned and many a marriage fortified by a well-crafted sampler. This is so bad. It is acceptable in these modern times, for samplers to take many forms. One classic is the long and narrow band sampler, which features bands of flowery border designs, as well as rows of numbers and the alphabet. Another classic is the spot sampler, a delightful display of randomly placed images or motifs. So the one on the wall is a spot sampler. Most motifs are naturalistic objects that have specific meanings in the language of samplers. Here's a list of common motifs and their meanings. Duck for marital fidelity. Yes, ducks are monogamous. I think. Certain ducks are. Anyway. Olive peace. Eagle America. Hourglass passing of time. Harp purity. Ring union. Square nature. Chairs domesticity. Star bravery. Key fidelity. So this is just regular fidelity, I guess. Crown eternity. Hope. Bee hope. Owl wisdom. Apple love. Dog faithfulness. Bow secret love. Dove charity. Rabbit gentleness. Cherry departed. Daisy humility. Lion strength. So Duck Square is marital fidelity, nature. Okay. Squirrel mischief, of course. Bell, music or joy. Angel, messenger. Yeah. Horseshoe, good luck. Cat, idleness. Butterfly, new beginning. Pineapple, hospitality. Shell, good. Ooh, cheesecake. Good fortune. Heart with a key, beloved. Awesome. Alright. Thank you. Nowadays, most samplers are colorful variations on the two classic styles and are largely decorative in nature. Houses, schools, and churches take center stage in some. In others, mottos, verses, and important dates are featured. There is an alarming trend among some sampler makers to use only one stitch, the simple and rather plain cross stitch. It behooves these women to remember that nothing catches the eye like variety, nor holds the heart like a multi-talented seamstress.
Oh, well, whoop-de-doo.
I know, this whole thing is so sexist. Ridiculous. I guess I should take a picture of that page, though. I don't think I've read this in a long time. I decided to read it since you weren't here. Alright, what do we got here? You said, Nicole said, in college I took calculus. Cried during the first exam and dropped the class. Then I took elementary statistics, which was a breeze. Then I took fundamentals of number systems, which is basically making patterns with numbers. And my professor's name was Professor Hotchkiss. Nice!
Excellent.
And, Paige is one away from 500 followers on Instagram. And says, what, really? Professor Hotchkiss? Angel says, it's true, I really am a messenger. I do send messages. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no, Paige. You okay? Yeah, that happens to me sometimes, but my stomach is almost always out of sorts, so... Professor Hotchkiss was a dude. Well, I think he was a dude in the book. If I recall correctly.
I didn't read that book, so I don't know.
Yeah, I read it by myself, and then V read it on stream, and I believe Hotchkiss is one of those characters they changed to a female, just like Simone was Simon.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Sometimes if I eat too fast or I eat something really rich, I just randomly vomit a little in my mouth. And then I'm fine.
Yeah. You want to do this puzzle, or?
Sure. Whoops, wrong mouse. Alright. This
looks like
is
some
random,
sort of
right?
game.
Oh, no, it's timed. You have to make him jump at the right time.
We have to wind it.
Oh, okay.
Upper left. There you go.
Oops.
Oops.
Darn.
Okay.
It might be harder on senior, I don't know.
It is.
I did it!
Good job.
Wonder what's in here.
I just have to get the tempo. Oh,
Headed to a New Year's party, but don't worry, it's online. I forgot it's about to start soon. So Happy New Year to you all, and I hope you have a fun stream. Thanks for stopping by, Nicole.
Yeah.
Have fun at the party. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Nancy, wow, I played Camptown Races and I got Camptown Races. What are the odds?
Cool. Let's make John angry.
If I had some music, I could play a tune.
You don't need music to play the piano.
Don't do that, please.
I
Those
forgot.
microphones I set up
You were
over there
being
are very
literal,
sensitive.
but that's-
Just about took out my eardrums.
I forgot that you were.
You can
literal.
play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Now he put a microphone over there, so we got feedback. Oh, there's something missing.
Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
That's not how that works. You're born with that, but okay.
Heterochromia.
Exactly.
Yep.
So he's done.
Sup?
I'll
No,
let you get back to work.
he can't do
care.
that till later.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's. And yeah, I don't think he messed with it. Yeah, I can look at
Looks
that.
like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano.
That's to help you know where the
Yeah.
keys are.
Thomasina O'Neill.
He's missing a hair ribbon.
And her.
It's locked.
No.
Do the pattern, girly.
Certain types of heterochromia are acquired through disease or
Looks like some
infection.
kind
Really?
of sewing
Okay.
sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
Do you know what kinds of disease does that? I'm just curious. I should probably take a picture of that as well. Cool.
Okay.
Awful Ursula's a redhead.
Who's frowning?
Okay.
I wonder what's under here. And what
What?
the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
I know, but we don't have.
Looks like I need a special tool.
Nancy, you are a special tool.
I was gonna say Otino, but I think that
Tino is a special tool. There's
Hello?
the phone call.
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up? You're the one who's on the train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here. Bess, just calm down. Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy. Only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke, she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing? Oh, George, that is so not true. I couldn't care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing. So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya? Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. You know, actually, that looks kind of cool. Nice try, Bess. No, really. You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself. George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
Our
Talk to you
hostess has
soon.
disappeared.
Talk to you
What do you
soon.
mean,
Yeah.
disappeared?
That's what you do with
I
the
mean,
speed,
the
right?
train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Lori. She just disappeared.
Publicity stunt.
My thoughts exactly.
Remember the time she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room? Yeah, the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape.
Yeah.
It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning. Only it turns out she faked the whole thing.
Oh,
of
really?
course, she claims her
Hmm.
ex-boyfriend
Must
faked it to get back
keep
at her.
eye
She
or
thought she was really
colored
being kidnapped.
contacts in
Like
his
anyone
eyes so you
believes
can't
that.
tell.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has. Very funny. So what else is going on?
By central heterochromia, do you mean their
Before
irises
she
are a
disappeared,
different color?
Lori told us that the purpose of
I
this
mean, their
train trip
pupils
is to
rather
find
than
out
their
what happened to
irises.
Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
No one knows. He was married to a woman named Camille, but she died, and he eventually vanished while mining for gold. His train was found abandoned in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky. Have any theories?
My first order of business is to find out what happened to Lori.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Lori vanishes. A pattern, maybe? Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
John Gray has set up a bunch of equipment in Camille's train car in hopes of documenting distortions in the
didn't say anything
electromagnetic
about being
field
stirring
caused by
loud.
her
That-
residual energy.
Say what? He's looking for Camille's ghost. Don't you ever watch him on TV? Just because I watch him doesn't mean I understand him.
Nice.
Catch you later.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Well, you're not going to necessarily throw up just because you had a burp like that, Paige. I mean, unless you're feeling ill.
Yeah, unless you feel like you're gonna do it.
U.S. Central heterochromia. So is that what that means? That it's the pupils are a different color, or is it? Or I'm not sure what the difference is. Or is it just like the line like just outside your pupil? I don't know how that works. I think that's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
More questions?
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective, do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, his success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
In other words, you don't think he deserves all the attention he's getting?
No. You and those two Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives. Is that all, dear?
The color closer to... Oh, okay. To the pupil is one color. So you have like two colors in each eye.
I'll let you get
okay,
back
that's
to your
really
writing.
cool.
My publisher thanks you.
So is that what Benedict has too?
Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night, bobbing gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
And my eyes are pretty boring. They're just dark brown. Kawaii's at least can go between hazel and brown.
What have you got?
Talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Might also be sectoral. Which means the segment of only one eye is a different color. Okay.
We have a camera in this game too.
Yeah, you use it for the shoes later. Hey, this has got a great picture. Take a picture of the boys.
Sure.
My boys.
There you go.
Aw. So cute. You're gonna send it to Bess?
Just let me. I
That's
don't know
cute.
what that
I wonder if
means.
she's gonna say anything.
Probably not, but oh well.
Yeah, yours are hazel. Yeah, it's
That's very cute.
yeah. Kawaii's are different color, like depending what she's wearing, depending on the time of year. Bye.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
Depending on the amount of light in the room, it's kind of cool. My eyes are, like I said, they're just pretty boring.
This door goes outside.
It is
Opening
sectoral.
it now would not be a good idea.
Nothing's wrong with your head. Yeah, I think that's true of a lot of people with hazel eyes. And certain blue colors, certain shades of blue as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's just brown. I think they might have some flecks in them. I don't know.
They do.
They have like black flecks.
Well, they're kind of golden.
Goldish flecks. Okay. Which is okay, but not as cool as actual changing color eyes.
That's right. We haven't talked to Balducci yet.
Balducci.
Hey, Nancy, right?
Oh my god.
That's right, Nancy Drew.
Amateur detective, huh? Ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
You mean become a police detective? No, I never have.
It's a great job, you know. I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Yes, I sure did.
Baffling case. Two-man team
still
at
have to hear
17
it,
banks
sorry.
in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle
Perp?
to a stop, confronting
Mr.
them,
Rice is
despite the fact that they
content.
were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
Alright, chat, do you want to talk about him rear-ending them or a plastic knife? Or do you think they have a plastic knife? Which burn do we want to lay on Tino? Which sick burn?
No. Not that one.
No. The plastic knife? Okay.
Okay.
That one is funnier. Being rear-ending someone or being rear-ended is not particularly funny.
I heard all they had was a plastic knife from a carry-out chicken place.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers. All have been spreading vicious lies.
I'm so sure
about
it was not
Why?
what you said it was.
Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
Yeah, I have 3 hours, or 2 hours to finish 3 books as well.
Woohoo!
But I've got, like, a whole shelf full of picture books, so I'll get it done.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Do you think it had anything to do with Lori's disappearance?
Nah, probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
May I see it?
Sure, in fact, here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you.
Yeah, no.
The Tino Balducci.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
What about John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I talked to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
She could have been kidnapped. She could have been tossed off the train. She could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
So you're gathering facts?
Of course. It may not look it because that's my style. I'm a low-key kind of guy. But hey, don't worry. I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
Sense.
Thanks for your help.
Anything for a fellow detective.
Wow, Tino's so hipster. He was using low-key before it was cool.
Yeah.
The pickaxe is
Wonder what
missing.
Jake used this for.
Oh, that was for putting canaries in so they could put them in the mines.
I know.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked.
Silver.
Silver, huh? Camille with Hagar and Chanteline. Amethyst, citrine, tiger's eye, diamond, zircon, olivine, garnet, tourmaline, aquamarine, garnet, emerald, corundum, peridot, rope, ruby, sapphire, zircon. Now we're all done.
Silver.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a hipster vampire.
J.H. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia.
Oh no, not leaping lizards.
Another gemstone. Eliza Sandberger.
Red ribbon for Eliza.
I have no reason to play Leaping Lizards, do we? Yeah, it won't let us play.
No, you can't play it yet.
What's going on?
You've been a big help.
Not a problem.
He's such a big help, just sitting there like an idiot.
Like a big lump on the log.
Ooh, pipes! This puzzle reused in game 16. But they made it timed.
Son of a
no!
Perfect. This is also perfect.
It's beautiful.
I'm sarcasm about it.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with this thing? I'm not happy right now.
I don't think you had it right, so it's fine.
No, it's not fine. The way I puzzle these things out is by doing it, so clicking out means I have to start all over again with my thoughts. So, it's not really fine at all. Why will this one look right?
Yeah, that might be right. I think that was right the way it was, but okay. Or that could be that way, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh. There you go.
There, all done.
Yay!
Muppet flail.
Now I can exit out. Okay, what is that? The steam?
Yeah, but you have to do all of them before you can mess with the steam.
Wait, did I go the wrong way?
I think you did, yes. You went
Yes,
back
I
to
did.
John.
Joe.
Oh!
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall. Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
Owl and the cherry. That didn't open the door.
I didn't open the door either. Okay, owl is opened.
There you go.
That square and that duck look very familiar.
Well, you open the door. That's all you care about. You let my love open the door. Yeah, it has nothing to do with her disappearance. She only used it to get back there.
Yes, I know.
What an idiot.
Interesting.
My love, open the door. Let my love open the door. To your heart. Ooh.
Looks like to make this thing, whatever it is, I'm going to need a spyglass, a pickaxe, and a lamp. Citrine, amethyst, zircon, those are all gemstones, I think.
Nancy, please, you just read the book.
I know. Nancy, please. I think you can start taking the gems now. Naughty Tina was broken.
Burst of tears. Hey. Oh, blushy.
You didn't open the second drawer.
I know, I'm trying to figure out which one I did. Second.
Yeah, second.
First.
This one, too.
Silver. What do all those colors have to do with silver?
Let me take a picture, it lasts longer. But, there we go. Got it.
Got it.
Got him. Whee!
Alright, cutscenes that we don't need at this point.
Epic cutscenes.
Wonder what's supposed to go here.
I don't know, Nancy. This is my 40th time playing this game.
Well, not quite.
Didn't mean to do that.
It's the corners. Well, it was up until that point.
Just to make it confusing.
Hmm.
Which one? This one?
Ah! Of course.
Lori?
Oh my gosh! I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy. Nancy Drew.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited
What
away
is she
by ghosts or
reading again?
anything. That bookshelf in the dining
Lies.
car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
So it was just all for show?
Well, not entirely. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after like mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
I think you were going to explain why you kidnapped yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was one of the first people in like 100 years to set foot on this
In like
train,
100
okay?
years.
Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared.
Uh-huh.
Except, I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing
Now we
is,
know that.
to
Now
find
she
Jake's
says it
lost
creeps
mine,
her out.
we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off, trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues, that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
So you want me to try to figure out where the mine is?
Uh-huh. As for the other people on board, if you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party. I like parties.
How well do you know
like
your
parties.
guests?
Well, I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Harvey.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show. And I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train. And now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
How well do you know Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In
So
fact,
good,
I just
I'm
started
reading one.
reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to
She's
do
right
is
there.
write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, you know, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
Guess I better get to work.
As soon as you figure it out, let me know.
Or she plagiarized you, one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like a dance floor, maybe?
Oh. Take a picture of that.
I can't, won't let me.
Yeah, we totally know what we're doing here.
I don't know why it's letting me do that. It's weird. Yeah, it's not letting me look at the compasses.
Should be able to take a picture.
Oh, you want me to take a picture of it?
Of the shoes, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, guys. There you
This
go.
part?
Yep. Send that to Bess. There you go.
Locked, naturally. Wonder how you open it. I bet I know what this is for.
Mm-hmm.
Puzzle time!
Can we do this one yet?
Yeah, it has to do with the letter.
Like the different gemstones, or?
No, it has to do with the letter she gave you. There's a list of cities on it.
The 3rd of November, 1901, from somewhere in Colorado.
I'll take a picture
Dear
of it when we get
Ruth,
to that part.
I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mind before I, too, depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands. But with the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find, to Calico, Silverado, and Central City, to Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly, but to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the dolls an order. This will require looking inside Camille's dancing shoes for the name of their maker, and wearing the shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you, words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to
That's not
Copper
creepy.
Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some of her goodness rub off on you. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her, and heard her, and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley.
Alright, so those are the cities you need. Calico, Silverado, Central City, Dodge City, Virginia
Okay.
City, and Tombstone.
Wait. Why did you do that?
I think you have to do them in order. You have to
Okay.
start with Calico.
Why do I keep doing that?
Mm-mm. Okay, now Silverado. Central City. You put Central City with an extra E. And Dodge City. Virginia City.
Nope.
And Tombstone. Okay, I'll take a picture of this. I love the dinging.
Guess I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters.
Yes, very strange.
Is it my ears
That
and
must be the
mine?
projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
What this?
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
N V R Z T B A A. How's that?
Hey.
Now we're in business.
Jake's mine must be somewhere on this map, but where?
Okay. Gotta call Bess and George.
Yeah, we also have to do the other pipe.
Well, they're gonna take a while to research, so you should call them now. Operators are standing by.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Lori gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Lori knows where the mine is, why doesn't she just make a beeline for it?
Because apparently Jake was too
doesn't know.
paranoid to tell his niece outright where it was. So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Lori could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
Nice.
Nice
very considered.
Classy.
I get the definite feeling Lori Gerard has a thing for Tino Balducci.
I saw
Really?
him on TV once. He is very cute.
Lori thinks he's the world's greatest detective.
And you don't?
Let's just say I'm glad he doesn't work for our police department.
I think the only reason he's famous is because he looks good on camera. Well, I
Probably.
think you two are being way too hard on him. Just because he's good looking doesn't mean he can't also be smart. In fact, maybe Balducci tries to look incompetent on purpose. You know, to give the bad guys a false sense of security so it's
No.
easier to catch them. Ever think of that? No, Bess? I never did. Well, there you go.
Some people are just dumb.
True.
Sorry.
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take
I'm
a picture of
sorry.
them with your cell phone.
Paige,
Then send
it
it to
sounds
us, and we'll check
annoying.
them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to
Ugh.
paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the walls. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone as soon as you can.
Actually, I already sent you a picture of the shoes.
Well then, hey, we're on it.
Ah, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
You got winter weather advisory.
Talk to you soon.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
1 to 4 inches, and it's going to Saturday morning. Ugh. Why does this always happen when I have to work on a Saturday? Oof, 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 oof. I think you need a 4th one to do anything.
Okay. I got the square.
Oh, if I have to go to work late on Saturday, I will. I've already told my boss that might be a thing. I'm basically just covering lunches Saturday anyway, so. I love living this far from work in the winter. You have sleet and it will be icy overnight and tomorrow. Yeah, it's. I think it's coming from where you guys are and coming this way, so we don't have it yet, but we will.
Yay!
It's probably fireworks because it's New Year's, and shooting guns in the dark doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do
Excuse
need?
you.
I found Lori. She was hiding in the caboose.
Oh, yeah?
She disappeared because she wanted to see who'd find her first, which is why she left that clue behind.
That slug? I mean, I knew that slug was a clue.
Mhm.
That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Lori no sweat. But I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
But look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley and his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can, give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day, you know.
How did you and Lori meet?
We met at a party in New York. Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs,
She
but
seems to have a
nice
thing
girl.
for your eyes.
Yeah, it's a great one. What?
She seems
Yes.
to have a thing for your eyes.
Yeah, she always told me they were... I mean, she told me once that she thought they were very, brown.
What do you think happened to Jake
This is
Hurley?
make everyone feel
He
awkward.
probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But I'll let you in on a secret. I'm onto something that could crack this case wide open.
Are you
What
sure?
the heck?
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours truly, what happened to Jake Hurley won't be a mystery much longer.
Okay.
It's been great
Been
talking
great
to you.
talking
Helping
to you.
people is what I'm all about.
Dude, really?
Alright,
Can we
so
take
yeah,
this fuel
I'm gonna
now?
Check.
Yeah. Alright. We just can't get the one that's behind the desk yet.
Jerk
Uh-huh.
move.
Hi, Brooke. Welcome for joining. You're about to try and save everyone in the Chapter 10 of Until Dawn. I should make Cybertech a VIP. He's here all the time. I think I have some spots left. Is that how
What's
it
up?
sounds?
I found Lori safe and sound in the caboose, so I guess those vibes you got about her
She's
being
not
in
here right
serious
now,
trouble
but-
were wrong.
Strange. My vibes are never wrong. What's even stranger is I'm still getting them. So maybe they're not about Lori.
I can't
Maybe they're about
spell
you.
his name right apparently.
Ooh, I like your hatch kiss emoticons.
Oh, yep.
Me? I'm not in any trouble.
Trust me. Either you or Lori is, or soon will be, in big trouble.
Well, he's not wrong.
How do you spell Cybertech?
Ziberteck.
Could you be more specific?
Unfortunately,
Should I tried?
no.
Oh, maybe I don't have any VIP spots left then.
Does he have to be in the stream? Because he's
Well,
left.
no, you shouldn't have to be.
I won't keep you any longer.
Pleasure talking to you.
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you used to unscrew these bolts.
Oh no, they moved all of them?
Yeah.
Why?
Have fun with that. Yeah, it's not letting me, so I don't know if I have. I thought I had some VIP spots, but maybe not. Everyone in here right now is a VIP. Or a mod. Okay. I might just have to promote someone to a mod then. Dun dun dun. Kawhi gets angry on the next news. You're so worried the controller will accidentally mess you up. Is that really difficult to do to save everybody in Chapter 10? I don't know that much about that game. Oops. Just knocked it the other way. So, anybody making any New Year's resolutions? I was just trying to think of what my resolutions were from last year. And I think I did okay. Because I think my main resolution last year was to go do the, doctor I started going to.
More pipes to connect.
The functional medicine doctor, and I did end up going. And I'm doing a lot better now. So, I mean, I still got issues, but we're getting there. We're
I got issues.
ironing some of them out. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what mine was to
Here
go
we
to the
go.
doctor. It wasn't like a, I want to lose 5 pounds or 20 pounds or whatever. But
They say
It's locked.
the more generic you make them, the better it is for actually completing it.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, improving your ballet and managing your hip pain better sounds like good resolutions, because that could just be... Ooh,
What is that?
that's creepy.
That is. It's very cool.
You don't always get that either.
No, you don't.
I'm terrible at them, so I'm just gonna go with finishing IT, and of course starting to take steps toward becoming a licensed social worker. Yeah, I mean, those are good goals. I mean, you don't have to be like something that's so far out of your comfort range. If it's
We
just
don't
like
have that still, right?
no, yeah, you have to. That's after we stop at the gorge.
So we can't finish the pipes.
No, not right now. Bummer.
Bummer.
We need to talk to the Hardys though.
Did I seriously just went backwards?
You did seriously just go backwards.
Ah.
Oh, it! The Stephen King book. IT, it. Yes, okay. I was like, you're taking an IT class, Angel? Okay, got it. It is a really big book, though, so I mean, that is a significant goal.
Yes?
I
So-
found Lori. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
Let me get back to my book.
Did you know that Lori wants to be a romance novelist?
Doesn't everyone?
No.
Do you think she could do it?
No. Could we please talk about something a little more pleasant?
Wow.
I should get going.
Okay then.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
But I just told you
Oh,
something.
getting
juicy,
on to your
you got
first
angry.
tabletop RPG session. I did those a long
What's
time
with the
ago in
Cheshire Cat
college.
grin?
You found Lori.
Yep, she's holed up in the caboose, and as a reward for finding her, she let me have this. It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Lori, you got the letter with all the clues. Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh, Joe, quit pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
Very true.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
If the engineer had any surviving relatives, we may be in luck.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena What's-Her-Face could tell us how to go about it.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her. I found a diagram for some kind of contraption that Jake designed, but to operate it, you need his pickaxe and some kind of lamp or lantern, which it looks like he gave to somebody named Buell.
Buell? Joe, show her!
Show her what?
That old picture we found!
Okay.
We found this on the bookshelf. See? Buell's Supplies and Pawn Shop. That's gotta be the same Buell Jake gave his axe and lantern to.
Yeah, 100 years ago. And the guy was a pawnbroker, Frank. The stuff's probably long gone.
Or maybe it's still somewhere in Copper Gorge.
Well, that's where we're headed, so let's just hope for the best.
Right.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
Get lost, Balducci.
That's right. Get lost.
See you later.
Sounds good.
Maybe you can look for it now that jerk Lori.
It might not be until they get off the train, because the Hardys get off the train too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be blocking it with their fat bodies.
An eagle. Where else have I seen an eagle?
Oh yeah, and the RPG we
Back
played in
already?
college was a
See you in a
Marvel
bit.
RPG.
Sounds good.
I wasn't even obsessed with Marvel at the time, but our friends were.
Back already?
Oh my gosh,
See you
guys!
soon.
I'm just
You
trying.
better.
That's how I got into X-Men, actually.
Trying to click around you people. Oh, it won't let me.
It was an X-Men RPG, basically.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually,
Forget it.
What a jerk.
Ah,
The engineer is a jerk.
Yeah. A lot of people in this game are. I think there's Frank and Joe to kind of offset the jerkiness. Alright, I guess I'll ask Charlene.
Charlene is a snob.
More questions?
how would I go about finding out the name of Jake's train engineer?
If you're smart, you'd ask me. And because my work is going surprisingly well, during my next break, I'll log onto my archives at home and see what I can turn up.
That'd be great, thank you.
Whoever invented the cellular modem, that's whom you should thank, dear.
Okay. But I thought you had a gift for research.
I'll touch bases with you later.
Me too.
All right, then.
I guess her touch is, hey, I did it. Or somebody.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed
I did?
what?
The argument of the century.
Joe, he's exaggerating.
Aw, come on, you heard them. They were ready to tear each other to
I'm
shreds.
confused. I didn't hear anything.
Charlena and Lori.
All we heard was the
What?
tail end of it, and
But
unfortunately,
I was
we really
just
couldn't make
talking
out
to
what they were saying.
Charlena.
I'm confused.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No,
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
and it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
The heck? I don't understand.
Get this off.
What off?
This.
What?
This.
Oh my gosh, how did that get there?
I don't know.
There it is.
There.
Gone.
It's weird.
You did Ooface trying to get rid of it.
Alright, so. We talk to both of them. that what they want us to do?
Probably. Best Jory will call you back eventually. He wasn't the one arguing. It has to do with the plagiarism, right?
Yeah. I know, Lori, not Tina.
Glad you dropped in. Lori told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
Which one?
Yeah, let's let him read it.
That's right. You can read it if you want.
Lori should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around
But
here.
you didn't
Let me
find
take
her.
a look. I've seen enough.
Yeah,
2
I'm
words.
sure you have.
Useless.
That's
Those are
not
just the
words.
rantings of a guy who spent way too
That's
much of his life
syllables.
swirling mud around in Pandaren in the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
Lori says she found this letter in a wastebasket.
Exactly where it belongs.
You're an idiot.
This is what
Thanks for your
Tina was
help.
saying.
Helping people's what I'm all
Tina's
about.
like, I always wanted to be suck level 25.
Yes. Well, Tino, congratulations. You have achieved suck level 25.
Yup. I keep going the wrong way. I get confused.
I know. It all looks the same. Try speed running it. You're like, no thanks.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
Why?
Question is,
Ah!
did somebody throw the brake? Or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene, and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray.
Mhm.
Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed.
Yeah.
He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, Tina. No, you have to put them together.
Oh, sorry.
And you won't be able to hear it because it's on the
Do
other
you think she
computer.
could have thrown the brake and snuck back to her laptop without your seeing her?
Not likely, but possible, I guess.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's
You
done
both are like,
dusting for
"Ugh,
fingerprints. Catch you later.
I love you, Joe, but you're
I
crazy.
guess I'm gonna go ask her now.
More questions?
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Well, I know it wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those two friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr.
How are they my
Balducci.
friends?
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other two simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
Uh-huh.
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed. Sorry.
Aren't you even going to
seem so
try
great.
finding out what happened to Jake
Sorry.
Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller, although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that
doubt it?
Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
What about his wife, Camille, dying on the train like that?
That does make the story a little more interesting. She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
How do you think Jake's engineer wound up dead on the train in the middle of nowhere?
My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
What were you and Lori arguing about earlier today?
Lori and I? We weren't arguing, we were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
Were you discussing her wanting to be a romance novelist?
No, and even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is
It was
so
the Hardy Boys.
tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe
Yeah,
Hardy who
exactly.
overheard you.
I'll just
They
throw 'em
said
under
I
the
should
bus.
talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Lori submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book
Dun,
now,
dun,
and when she got to that part,
dun.
she freaked.
And that's what you were arguing about?
Yes. Now, legally, she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything, and it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about.
Oh,
For
well.
what it's worth, I'm
It's
going
okay
to
to
talk
steal
this
from rich
producer
people.
I
Yeah,
to
right,
see if he'll
exactly.
cast Lori in his next
What a
movie.
jerk.
It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star.
Yeah.
I mean, she is blonde.
I'll touch bases with you later.
Okay.
Remember, if it's juicy,
Charlene, you
I
just
want
keep
to know
saying
about
stupid
it.
things.
Charlena is a piece of garbage.
Stop digging holes.
Hey, how's it going?
See you
Dig, dig,
soon.
dig.
If you need anything, just let us know.
I need you, Frank. I need your body.
Oh boy. Joe says that's awkward.
I need you. Oh, did you take the
Yes,
eyeball?
I took the eye one.
Okay.
See,
You didn't take the one above the Hardys.
there's one above the Hardys.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, the chandelier.
Yep.
The Tiffany.
I need your love. I need your time. Now everything's wrong. You
It's spelled
make it.
She
right.
gone. Is John Gray gone?
No, you have to wait till the train stops for them to leave.
Ugh.
I know, right? Get so high, I come alive. Why won't Bess and George call back? I think you have to go back and forth on the train a couple times for them to call back.
I'm trying to get Lori to talk to me.
I don't know. About the
Yes?
plagiarism.
Yes.
I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
I'm a good detective, remember?
We went out a couple of times, yeah. As for why we stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
Do you have any idea
an
who threw the
egomaniac?
emergency brake?
I know exactly who did it.
You do?
Well, who else could it be? Camille. None of us
Oh,
has
totally.
any reason to stop the train, but Camille? She doesn't want us to find Jake's mine, so she's going to do whatever she can to keep its location a secret.
She is dead, you know.
Well, duh. That's why I know it's her. What's
Hmm?
more, your
Great
friend,
logic.
that Jim Harley guy?
Not Jim, Joe Hardy.
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
he thinks it's Camille too. He just doesn't have the guts to say so.
Oh my god. Some of these quotes are so
I'll come back
embarrassing.
later.
You go, girl.
Is there anything else here that I can look at?
I don't think so. Not until those losers call you back.
Hey, I can